everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Allison or Allie. Either way, you can call me either. And today I'm making a video that I'm not excited about making, but I've held in for too long about my thoughts and feelings about this kind of subject that it needs to be talked about. And this isn't just this situation that I've seen it happen with. I've seen it multiple times. I've been in the booktube community, not necessarily on booktube, but the booktube community since Christine Riccio posted one of her very first book talks. I've been watching for a very long time, and I think that gives me a unique perspective about that kind of stuff. And so I just wanted to talk about it. I actually had planned, today is June 4th, by the way. I had actually planned to film a whole nother video today. I was going to film a book vlog, my very first reading vlog, I mean. But I have this urge in me to talk about this, and I usually keep my mouth shut, and I just don't think that's right anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm already gonna start tearing up. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. I got myself coffee, but just to let you know, I may cry in this video. So, first time crying on the internet. Actually, that's a total lie. I've cried on the internet for other things too. If you've been on Twitter today and you've noticed the booktube drama going on, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to be naming names in this video. I'm just going to be alluding to what's been going on because I just don't feel like it's appropriate to say names. I don't know these people personally, or this person, I should say personally. I think she is wonderful. Everything I see from her is wonderful. Her photography is gorgeous, and I would love to be shot by her one day. But this opened the discussion I wanted to have for probably over a year. And at one point I did film this video and I just never put it out. So now I'm actually going to do it. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about that. And if you can't tell, I'm very nervous to film and talk about it because I don't usually put up videos discussing drama or anything like that. I did post one about Again But Better and the whole should booktubers get a publishing deal, but that was just like my thoughts as like a writer myself and being in the booktube community, and it was nothing negative. But I want to be real and honest with you. Disclaimer, I did not go to BookCon, but I eagerly watched from afar on Twitter and Instagram, and I really wanted to go, but it just wasn't in the cards this year for multiple reasons, but it just wasn't possible this year. Man up, Allison. Get yourself together. But I watched and I thought everyone had a really good time, and then I woke up this morning to, well, I woke up late because I had a migraine today. I get like really bad migraines and I didn't feel well, and I woke up to a tweet of a blog post, and I have the blog post up right now, and I also woke up to some messages from people on Twitter that were really upset about it. And I mean, I'm not a big booktuber, and so no one's gonna watch this, and so other than like my normal subscribers, so I'm like not afraid to talk about it right now. But the first thing I read, other than her like paragraph, was please do not approach our photo shoots unless you have permission to be there / are invited, which I was like, well, that's like common sense. Like, I really don't think anybody would come up to a photo shoot and then stick themselves in just to be in a photo. But I mean, that's just like me afraid of, like, I never insert myself into situations. Like, I never invite myself to places without being invited. I never like insert myself into things unless I'm invited. I'm very much an anxious person when it comes to that because I never want to hurt anybody's feelings and I don't want to step on any toes. So I was like, that's strange. So I clicked on the blog post and I'm pulling it up right now on my iPad so I can have reference to it. But I read it and it put a sour taste in my mouth. And it's not because that her feelings aren't valid, because her feelings are very valid, and I understand. And I don't know like what the tension or issue was with the big booktuber like photo. From my personal look of it, I didn't see any tension on the internet about it. I just could have not seen it. So that's just my personal take. But when I saw that photo, I thought it was so amazing, because not only was there big booktubers, which I had looked up to since I was young, since like Twilight days, that was like the most amazing thing to see. But there was also smaller booktubers who I interact with every single day on Twitter, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool that they got like this big photo of this big family of booktubers. They all might not be close, but guess what, like they are all together, and I think that's amazing. And I think that, you know, that is what our community is about, and that it really shows like how much we care about each other. And no matter the numbers, that was crushed today. That ideal and magical thought in my head was ripped out. And I did cry about it. I'm not gonna lie, because of things that I then heard and things that other people were feeling. I'm a very empathetic person, if you can't tell. I really like to feel for other people. I need a moment. I'll be back when I've controlled myself. Okay. I feel a little bit better. I got a little emotional there just because I was thinking about something else. But I have heard from multiple people who were within the photo that they were invited into the photo. They weren't just like hopped themselves in. And they are smaller creators. And I think that my biggest thing that bothered me about that was in the blog post, it was like, don't approach the photo if you're not invited or have permission to be there. But you're taking a photo in the middle of BookCon. There's gonna be people everywhere. People who know your name, people who see you on the internet, because this is BookCon, and if you're a big booktuber, you're probably known. And so I don't know for a fact that anyone just inserted myself, but I do know someone who was invited into the photo and now feels like they are not wanted in that photo. And I think that's really sad and disgusting to feel that way, because if you were invited by a larger booktuber or someone with a little bit more of a following than you, and you get really excited, you're like, oh my gosh, I am gonna be included in this. I get to be in a photo with all these people I've looked up for so many years, the reason I started my channel. And then the weekend after, someone was like, well, you weren't really wanted there. I didn't want to take that photo. I was stressed out about that photo. Why didn't you open your mouth and say something? Like, I understand why you didn't want to, but like, for me, that is the biggest thing. It's never rude or impolite to say, this is too much for me. I need this to stop. I can't take this photo. I'm sure there were 100 other people standing around with cameras. I'm sure 70 of those people had an iPhone in their back pocket that could have been like, okay, can someone take this with my iPhone? Okay, there we go. And this is coming from someone who is a videographer, a photographer. Like, I've worked with cameras for so long. It doesn't have to be a perfect picture. And that is like my biggest thing is you're making people feel, and I'm not just saying like her or anybody, but a lot of people are making people feel who were in the photo embarrassed and upset because they're in that photo. And that should be just such a happy thing that you were included. And I don't know how to explain it more, but I tweeted and I said, "It never hurts to be kind" is my motto. You don't have to be best friends with everyone, but you can still be friends and invite people into a group because that person might feel uncomfortable asking or joining or inviting themselves, which is so true because that's me. Like, I would never have like inserted myself in the photo or even been around it unless someone invited me. I also tweeted this. I said, "But I think it should stand as a reminder that including others on something that isn't a burden, and you don't know how much that interaction meant to that person. I'm the last person to push my way into something, but as an outsider looking in, the magic of BookCon and being one big family was just shattered." Again, this has nothing to do with the drama, or it's just the thoughts from an outsider. Okay, no more tears. No promises, but I just wiped my face, so hopefully no more tears. But I think that as a community, I've seen this happen time and time again in different situations. I'm not gonna lie, Booktube is very cliquey. And I don't think it's like cliquey in a mean way, from the doors I see into. Everyone's very open, but it's also very hard, in my personal experience, to make friends on Booktube. And that might not just be like anyone else's experience, but for me, that's my experience. Sure, I have like friends and I have acquaintances, but I don't have like, I'm gonna title this probably the Booktube reality check, because I think we all need to step back and remember what Booktube is about. I think Booktube is about books and the love for these babies, and I don't think that no matter what size you are or who you are as a person, as long as you're kind and loving and welcoming, I'll be your best friend. Like, I will literally go out of my way for you. And so I know there's other issues with the blog post, and I'm not going to comment on those because I just don't feel like I, as a, if you know what I'm talking about, have the right to comment on those. But I've been filming for 20 minutes crying on the internet. Oh my gosh. Hi, my name's Allison. I don't usually cry like this in my videos, but today has been a day. My challenge for the end of this video is, no matter what size you are, if you're watching this video, I doubt any big channels will see this video, but no matter your size of your channel or anything like that, leave a kind comment down below if you're willing to be friends with any smaller channel or anyone in the Booktube community, honestly. That way we can grow our community in positive light. There's been a lot of drama on Booktube and AuthorTube lately, and it's been really hard, but I want to bring back the positivity of loving books and loving the reading vlogs and ranting about what we love and our favorite characters, because I feel like we've strayed so far away from that lately, and it's been about like social media and who can get the best picture and who can get the best Bookstagram picture and who can get the most views on a video and the most subscribers, and it hasn't been about books as much, at least in my small quarter of the universe. And so yeah, if you want to leave your thoughts down below about anything I said, I know it was super rambly and probably not well spoken and full of tears, but someone had to cry for us all on the internet, and just let me know what you thought, but please do it in kind words. I don't take hate or hatefulness ever. One of my favorite lines as a child was, "Do everything with a happy heart." But I'm gonna go now and watch Outlander, because that always makes me feel better. So just let me know what you have to say down below, and I will see you next time, not teary-eyed and not in a bad mood, next time. Bye, loves.